very adamant that everybody uses a King James Version Bible. I do have my NIV, but today some wonderful young man handed me a King James Version Bible. So I will look up the verses with you on both and kind of compare the two. So feel free to tell us and tell everybody who's listening about what is the point and why is it so necessary to read the King James Version and not the NIV.
Right, well, first off, start by saying all praises due unto a higher, that I am in the Hebrew, and we thank him for his son, whom the world calls Jesus. His name is Yeshua, which is Savior in the Hebrew. Okay, all praises unto a higher Bahashem Yeshua. Now, the King James Version. See, a lot of people don't understand who King James was actually as a man, what his role was in history. See, they downplay who he was. See, after Rome fell, okay, you have what's called the Byzantine Empire, which means backwards. And they also call that the Dark Ages, which was 1,000 years in which they tell you in school things were so bad, which, you know, the history was never recorded, which is a lie. The truth is, there was 1,000 years of black people ruling Europe.
Wait,
that's what it was. So King James was the last king of the Dark Ages.
So, are you saying that when we know, like, the whole Caesar period and stuff like that, so the fall of Rome happened?
Yeah.
Supposedly the fall of Rome happened.
It did happen.
And then what happened is you're trying to say the medieval period with Chaucer and stuff, there was a black king?
No, all the monarchies you see over in Europe present day were all set up from all the generals of the Roman Empire. All the generals of the army were all Hebrew Israelites. As in today, who's in the military is blacks, Hispanics, it's the minority. That's the whole point. So this minority was the same who was running the armies of Rome. It wasn't the Caesars sending off any of their families to go be in the armies. You understand? There was always an elite, and there was always the poor. And when Rome was crumbling in his leadership, the poor rose up. Around 70 AD, Rome sacked Jerusalem. Okay? And those Hebrews who took heed to Christ's warning in Matthew chapter 24, he said to flee into the mountains, flee over the Atlas Mountains, and flee into Morocco. That's how we got into West Africa. We was over there for 1,300 years. Those who didn't take heed to Christ's prophecy stayed in Jerusalem.